Dior Johnson is the newest Oregon men's basketball commit, this time coming in the class of 2022. Huge news for the Ducks. Want to get into my thoughts on it, what it means for the basketball program, and what kind of talent the Ducks are getting in their newest commit. So let's hop right into it. He is the highest rated basketball recruit to commit to Oregon since Bol Bol, 5-star prospect in the 2018 class. He was only at Oregon for one season, and that season was cut short due to injury. Now he's with the Nuggets in the NBA. And when we're looking at Dior Johnson, he's the number 7 overall player on the 247 Sports Composite, number 1 overall point guard in the 2022 class. So just huge numbers right off the top for the Ducks' newest commit. He was formerly committed to Syracuse, but decided to open things back up in his recruitment. Prior to committing to the Ducks, he released a top 5 that consisted of Alabama, Kentucky, Washington, Oregon, as well as the National Basketball League. We're going to talk a little bit more about kind of the professional, the potential to play professionally a little bit later down the line. But I mean, this is a guy that has played at elite basketball programs all throughout the country. You're looking at schools like IMG Academy, Oak Hill, where the Ducks got Will Richardson, Mayfair, which has had names like Josh Christopher come through there. So this guy has just played with elite talent, from the jump pretty much. 6'3", 180 pounds, and he can score at all 3 levels. Which is a valuable asset for any basketball team that's looking to bring in big names and just take that next step. He's also a flashy passer that's more than capable of setting up his teammates, and the dude is an athlete that can run in transition, which is a huge part of Dana Altman's system. Defense turning that into offense. So that's really big. And then when we're looking at this commitment, I think it really just brings things full circle after the 2020 season and kind of the crazy start to the offseason that we saw here in Eugene. Obviously, losing to USC in the Sweet 16 wasn't anything that the Ducks wanted, but that's what happened. But, right after that, we saw a lot of movement on this Ducks team. We saw the Lawson brothers, some news around them. Chandler Lawson, big man, opting to transfer back home to Memphis. His brother, Jonathan Lawson, was a signee for the Ducks and opted out, or I shouldn't say opted out, he was granted release from his national letter of intent, and then he decided to join his brother at Memphis. So two departures there, even only one of them was in Eugene. And then you have Jalen Terry, a really highly rated point guard that was getting a little bit better throughout the season and had a great opportunity for a lot of minutes. He decided to transfer to DePaul, where he followed former Oregon assistant Tony Stubblefield, who took the head coaching job over there at DePaul. So that was a big move. And then you also have Amari Hardy. He moved on from the program, as well as Aaron Estrada, who transferred to Hofstra. So tons of departures there. And then you had the NBA and professional departures. You had Chris Duarte, Pac-12 Player of the Year. He declared for the draft. No one surprised there, but still a big loss. Eugene Omoruyi also declared for the NBA draft. LJ Figueroa went to play professionally overseas in the Dominican Republic, and now has met with teams before the draft here coming up in July, the NBA draft that is. So you have a ton of people that left, but then kind of following that, you had some really good additions for this Ducks team. And when we're looking at Dior Johnson and kind of when he's going to get here, he has the ability to really fill in for a lot of big departures. It looks like Will Richardson's probably going to be playing his last season with the Ducks next year. And then you have Jacob Young, the Rutgers transfer. He could be just one season in Eugene. Then Devion Harmon, the Oklahoma transfer. You have all those guys potentially moving on after next year and to the next level, and Dior Johnson is a huge name to fill in that kind of a void. I consulted our guy Jason Jordan, the director of basketball recruiting here at Sports Illustrated. Wanted to get his thoughts on Dior Johnson, and this is what he had to say. Dior is the fiercest competitor in the country with a type of confidence that can will a team to wins and carry a team throughout the game. He's got great size and length and scores efficiently on all 3 levels and should thrive in Dana Altman's system. Dior is an elite passer, and oftentimes his scoring and ball handling ability overshadow that. Supreme leader. So, huge addition for the Ducks. Want to wrap things up here and talk about something that I think maybe people aren't considering maybe as much as they should. and that is the fact that he has not signed. So this commitment, in a nutshell, it doesn't mean a whole lot with regards to him actually getting to Eugene, and that possibility still remains that he could go pro. Prior to his commitment, there was a report by Tipton Edits that he was offered an NBL contract worth over $1 million. So, just in today's sports landscape, a lot of guys are opting to go to the G League, play overseas, instead of going to play college basketball before ultimately pursuing their dreams of going to the NBA. So basically all I want to say there is that, he could very well still end up going pro. Don't want to be devil's advocate, but that possibility is still very real. So there's still a lot of work to be done for Dana Altman and the Ducks with their newest commit. But at the end of the day, you're adding a 5-star point guard that can really help elevate your program and keep the Ducks going deep into the NCAA tournament. That's all I had for this one. Big moves for Dana Altman and the Ducks.